everyone, today I'll be doing a solo Grandmaster run Scarlet Keep with Hunter. For my subclass, I'll be using Nightstalker. Here are the mods and fragments I'll be using in this video. For my kinetic, I'll be using the pink version, Wish Ender. Next, I'll be using a arc scout rifle with shoot to loot and Taipan. This week, I decided to go for the Nightstalker, and we're going to be spamming the invisibility just to pass by and not deal with the Arknights because they are a complete bungee. And now I'm going to do a many time skip myself because I accidentally left the sound 2. I'll be using the exotic. Before I was using Fort Tracer, but now they switched it to another exotic called the Knucklehead radar. If you guys know about the exotic since they changed it, you can do a lot of DPS damage depending of the health of the mini bosses and the champions. Now I don't remember the percent, but it does a lot of damage, and I am spamming the kinetic surge as well, just to do more damage with Wish Ender. If I remember, there is some bugs going on with the kinetic surge. There are some weapons that doesn't work, and I cannot remember at the moment. But during this area, there will be a wizard from the left side. But since we're on Viz Hunter, I really don't want to bother myself dealing with the extra acolytes and the wizard. We want to mainly focus on dealing with the champions. So the Knucklehead exotic, you can also have these target icons, which makes it so much easier to deal with the champions. But you can see how much damage I'm doing. And then once I deal with the right side barrier champion, they'll be dealing with the next barrier champion from the left side. Just be aware of the fireballs where they can do a lot of damage on your hunter. For some reason, it wasn't doing that much damage on my warlock. It's just pretty hilarious, probably because my recovery isn't the best. But when you're on Viz Hunter, you don't really need recovery so much compared with the Arc Hunter subclass, compared with the Strand, compared with Solar. But for Invis, you mainly focus on discipline, if you can, strength, mobility a little bit. And if you are using 6 Coyote, then you definitely do want mobility a little bit more higher than your strength. During this area, I did use my super to deal with the wizard. Don't be afraid of using your super, especially dealing with the wizards. They are a pain. So I really don't want to deal with them too much. They do like to dance around. They like to hide so they can regain their fire shield. But I did pick up the orb and drop it because I really need to take down this barrier champion and hide. There was an invisible wall. There was nothing I could do. Is doing ballerina twirls. Go ahead, barrier champion. I dare you to go for the twirly ballerina dance. When you do debuff the boss with the artifact mod, it will stop dancing. It will move very slowly to get away, but it won't do those weird, odd, twirly dodges, which is completely annoying when you are trying to DPS with a bow, with Obelisk, with Ariana's Vow, pretty much anything. So I dunked the first orb, and now we're going to go to the opposite direction. It's just going to be so fun. There's gonna be an Arc Knight up ahead. I was trying to save my grenade. I think for this footage, I wind up throwing my suppressing grenade. I was trying to save for the wizard, but because this Arc Knight was not cooperating with me, started backing away. I think I did use it. If not, I probably saved it for the wizard. I did use the suppressing grenade on the knight. He was just twirling around, dancing with the ballerina style, and it was just painful to watch. I mean, he's not even doing a good job, you know. And now we're gonna deal with the wizard. There's gonna be acolytes. If you see them close by, you must take them down. They will throw fire at your poor guardian. If it's on Hunter, then we're gonna have a problem because they can get heavily damaged from the solar. You can also put solar resilience, but I would prefer void resilience just in case the unstoppable champions give me a hard time. So hopefully I can deal with this wizard, but she is hiding, or he or it is hiding. But then we finally got the precision shots. And we can grab the void charge or the void orb, or basically the shiny orb that we have to carry. I dropped the orb so I can deal with the barrier champion. Yes, more twirling ballerina dances. Just perfect. Every time we deal with a barrier champion, they want to show off the dance move to the guardians. I apologize for that. They just want to show off their dance moves. That's basically what we always have to deal with when going for Scarlet Keep, and Lightblade as well. Lightblade, they love to do the dances a lot. They love to do the twirly dodge. We're going to be picking up the Void Orb and then just make our way to dunk the second one, or the last one. I did turn invisible here because of the curse thralls. So I took advantage of that, and I backed away. You can also jump over them, but I didn't really do that so much. But it is another option of if you want to do that. If not, you could just shoot them with Wish Ender. I'm going to be staggering the unstoppable champion when it spawns in the middle. Use my super. And then once I do that, then I'm going to back away. And I accidentally suppress myself, which I did not mean to do that. So my bad for that. But the good news is we did blind the Arc Knight, so that's the good news. So we didn't really waste our suppressing grenade, and then now we got this other knight from the left side charging at me. They can one-shot you or two-shot you, but I would be extremely cautious, especially if you are on Void Hunter. Now I was just running away. Oh gosh, it's been a bungee. And now the unstoppable champion. You can spam your linear fusion rifle. And you can just spam it as much as you can. Once we deal the unstoppable champion, we can just pursue and pass the bridge. There's gonna be snipers at top. You can deal with the acolytes that are hiding. So just make sure you be super careful with the acolyte snipers. Back in the day, they used to one-shot me. Not so much when you do put the Void Resilience. It is crazy that if both of them shoot you at the same time, then they can one-shot you. Now this part I really despise is because the wizards. The wizards love to hide. I had to back away because they were using the Archiblast and it's not really safe to stay there, so I just backed away and just used Wish Ender. But the pink version, I mean, isn't it just adorable? It's so cute. Now I was just trying to float away to escape, but not today. Definitely just gonna spam Wish Ender, and hopefully nothing bad will happen. But yes, I really hate this part because this wizard keeps running away. I mean, look at this. Ridiculous. It actually was just floating casually all the way from the right backside. I really despise these wizards. They are extremely annoying. Now the champion. Oh, great. So I really hate this part. I try my best to take down the barrier champion as soon as possible. I use a linear, then Wish Ender, and then quickly use my super. Because this barrier champion will back away, and then you have to wind up killing all the ads. And it's just so painful. I highly recommend to save your super when dealing with the barrier champion. Once I clear the champion, I decide to skip all these acolytes and the Shirker. Because it's just not worth our time to deal with them, especially on the Void subclass. So I'm going to skip all this part. Because there's no point in me hanging around here. I mean, there's no champions. And we just want to rush through and just complete this solo GM. I do prefer Strand Warlock, but I was going for the Strand Hunter, but I decided to just go for Void. Since you can skip a lot of ads and Shirker. Plus it's fun spamming Devour. Make sure you take down the barrier champion. And make your way to the 3-plate area. There are 2 options you can do here. Now, if you don't care about platinum rank, you can just capture all the plates and then just make your way to the next area. Now, if you care about platinum rank and you want to kill all the champions, then what you can do is just capture the middle plate, left or right, depending what you prefer. Once we are halfway capturing the plate, there will be a wizard. I don't have my super, unfortunately, so I had to go for plan B, which I don't like. The reason why I don't like this is the wizard likes to spam its Kai Blast and it likes to hide left and right, going for the cha-cha slide dance. I'm not even joking over exaggerating. I mean, look at this. He's just going left, slide to the right, slide to the left. I really hate those wizards. Especially on Hunter, they're a pain in a bungee. We're gonna clear all these acolytes because they throw fire at you. When you do hear a sound, always jump to a different spot because their fireball will throw at your character extremely accurately. They are completely broken and they cheat. So that's why I always move away when I do hear the sound of them throwing a fire at me. Once we do capture the plate, we're going to be dealing with a barrier champion, a twirly ballerina, girly champion. Oh, great. Watch it do his twirly dance move. I'm telling you, it's going to do it. See? Told you. I told you guys. I told you he does his ballerina twirls. People think I'm over-exaggerating, but I'm telling you guys, it loves to dance for the Guardians. I want to make sure I take down the thralls. That's why I was backing away. before dealing with the barrier champion. Once everything is somewhat clear, then I'm gonna deal with the barrier champion. Just be super careful with these snipers. That's why I didn't really jump too much in the air, because sometimes your acolyte, both of them can shoot you at the same time and it can one-shot you. Once everything's good to go, I threw my grenade, my suppressing grenade, and then I blind this bungee wizard. And it just makes life easier. I just really love suppressing grenades. And yes, I am spamming it a lot for this season. I really like it because it overloads the mini bosses and champions. And then for mini bosses like this wizard, it can blind them. I mean, wow, that is pretty amazing. Now to capture the plate, 2 doors, 2 acolytes will spawn from the left and right. Take them down, hug the wall from the back so the barrier champion won't hurt you. Then once you do that, or once you throw a snowball at it, then you can deal with the barrier champion. Be aware it will do ballerina twirls. It will try to show off its moves. If that happens, just make sure you use your finisher. And yes, I accidentally suppressed myself with a grenade. I apologize for that. Sometimes the suppressing grenade can bounce towards your guardian, and things happen. Nobody's perfect. Finally, we can capture the last plate, but because I don't have any suppressing grenade, I threw a smoke, and I actually blinded for a while. Perfect time to take down the acolytes. Really hate this wizard. I mean, look at this, doing the cha-cha slide again. Watch it move to the right side and then to the left, or it's gonna spam his Kai Blast like this. And this is why I hate this wizard. I was just juggling around with this wizard. Is going to cha-cha slide from the left. Then it's gonna go find that right. And for some reason, it just went all the way from the left side. I was trying to move around because now this wizard is being completely bungee because it's trying to hide so it could regain its shield, and now I was doing a cha-cha slide again. And we finally defeat this annoying bungee wizard. And we can capture the plate and make our way to the next area. Or if you don't care about platinum rank, which I don't blame you, by the way, you could just capture the 3 plates and then just make your way to the next area. We do have another twirling ballerina champion up ahead. You can also do DPS at the stairs, but I don't really like it too much, because if the boss or the champion is too close, they can melt you. That's the problem. So you have to take down the barrier champion really fast. You can't really mess around with it. Like this, for example, it did the ballerina twirl, try to hide behind a wall. Nice try. Alright, nice try, barrier champion, because you know what? I did the ballerina twirl finisher. Alright, a win-win for me. Alright, so now I'm going to be capturing the last plate, and we finally can make our way to the next area. So right now I'm just trying to speed jump. I wanted to deal with the barrier champion before it teleports to the other platform, but unfortunately, because hunters are so slow without a sword or stompies, I wasn't able to make it. I almost did, but it was just extremely painful. I was trying my best to bunny hop like a warlock, but let's be honest, hunters can't really bunny hop like a warlock without any exotic or sword. So I tried to make it to deal with the barrier champion the easy way, but it was too late and he teleported, and the acolyte snipers were in the way. So yeah, I tried to do the method that I did for the warlock, but it didn't work. So if that happens, you must take down the barrier champion quickly as possible. And if you see an acolyte there, then just wait for your wish ender, stagger, spam linear fusion rifle. Now we're going to be dealing with acolytes, snipers, thralls. It's just going to be a fun experience because now we got to deal with these thralls that will chase you. Be aware that their melee attack can hurt your poor guardian, so you must back away and then use your wish ender. You can also pick up the orbs as well to get devour. This is the area where you have to be extremely cautious, where when you do see the barrier champion, you must take him down. So you must jump and juggle with the ballerina barrier champion and then use your super. Reason why is he has a time limit, he will back away, and it's just going to be extremely painful, so highly recommend to save your super dealing with that certain barrier champion. Now I'm going to try to deal with the next barrier champion up ahead. The reason why is I want to skip the Shirkers and the remaining acolytes that love to play hide and seek. That's the reason why I really don't want to deal with them. Especially on a void subclass, they are extremely painful to deal with, and it's just better to deal with this barrier champion now and then just skip the Shirkers with the power of invisibility. Or if you're on Warlock, you could just use your super on your Warlock and then just walk your way to the back. So now we're going to be spamming invisibility. This is going to be fun. I actually forgot that I was using the exotic Knucklehead radar. So because of that, I had to spam the finisher. So I used my finisher and then made my way to the other side. So that was my mistake there. I forgot to use a dodge near an enemy. My bad for that. Now the Twirling barrier champion. We're gonna spam linear fusion rifle. He's gonna move. He almost did a twirly. And then just use your finisher. Or you could just make your way to the slowest elevator. Let me introduce you the slowest elevator you will ever see in your entire life. It's just so slow. My gosh, why is this elevator so slow? My character is so confused. My guardian is so confused right now. And yeah, this elevator is giving me so much anxiety. But we'll make it to the first floor eventually. You guys gotta bear with me. There's really nothing I could do. I mean, I could speed it up. I will think about it for the next area. So now during this part, there will be 2 barrier champions from left and right and a wizard in the middle. I usually just take down both of the barrier champions because if you take down the wizard, then the barrier champions are going to walk around like a psychopath. And it's just not a fun experience. Unless you can shackle them, but we're not in a Strand subclass. I try to do as much damage as I can dealing with the barrier champion. Then I went to the opposite direction to deal with the next barrier champion, which it was hiding and hugging around the wizard. I really don't like this area, but I try to bait the barrier champion and then jump away so I can make sure I can bait it. Eventually he will slowly walk away, especially when you are attacking his little minions or little acolytes. once you do bait him, he'll do the ballerina twirl from the left side. He's going to show off his dance moves. And then he's going to do it again. And then spam his Kai Blast. Just be super careful with his Kai Blast. It is extremely powerful. And just be very cautious with it. And spam your linear. Spam your linear when dealing with the barrier champion. Then we got a wizard. Great. But because we have the suppressing grenades, we can just spam our suppressing grenades and blind this son of a bungee. But anyway, just wish Ender away. Wish Ender away with the pink version. But you can use the other version. I know this is for girls, but it's so adorable. Now we're gonna go to the slowest elevator. So slow. And I'm just gonna speed it up. So I am going from the right side. For me, I like going left, right, right for the elevator. And if you want to, you can take down the acolytes to gain your super if you don't have it. Once we go to the second elevator, the unstoppable champion will spawn. You must use your super and then back away. There in this area, the acolytes was messing with me. I want to make sure I deal with the unstoppable champion. Use your linear fusion rifle if you can. You don't want to mess with unstoppable champion because you're going to wind up going merry-go-death with it, and I don't want to deal with that. It's giving me nightmares at the moment of remembering Strange Terrain where I did the merry-go-death with unstoppable champion. I don't want to do that again. It is horrific, extremely risky. Once we deal with the unstoppable champion, 2 more wizards. Oh, great. What else can go wrong? These bungee wizards. You can also throw suppressing grenade. Just be super careful with it and wish Ender away as much as you can. You have a time limit dealing with these wizards when they are blind. So once we do enough damage, you can see here it's doing decent amount of damage. I use my finisher. And then we're going to go to the opposite direction. The final wizard, or bungee wizard, because they like to hide. And this one, it did hide a lot. I should have thrown my smoke, my melee smoke. I wasn't really thinking about it too much, but that is also another option you can do if you don't have the patience. And if you really despise this wizard with all of your bungee, then highly recommend you throw smoke. Once we take down the mini boss wizard, bungee wizard, we're gonna go to the slowest elevator you have ever seen in a Destiny franchise. Jesus Christ, it's so slow. I just want to touch grass. Why didn't my guardian touch grass on this? It's just saying it's confused. I'm confused too. Why is it so slow? You can also use the emote, but I haven't really tested out for this season. I don't really use it at all. You can also go through the doors if the elevator is giving you anxiety. Because I have no patience, I actually just decided to just throw my suppressing grenades. I didn't really feel like waiting for my super. I was, but then I said, yeah, I don't have the patience today. So I threw my suppressing grenades and then I blind one of them. Then I used my super. And then dealing with the next wizard. You gotta be extremely cautious with these guys. Always be aware of your surroundings when dealing with this wizard. I want to make sure I do as much damage as I can and then back away. We're gonna start the boss fight. During this area, You can do as much damage as you can, but when you do hear a growl noise, there will be many phases of dealing with Arknights and Acolytes. Be extremely careful with the Arknights and the Thralls. They can actually hurt you, and the Arknights can actually possibility one-shot you. Another method you can do is if they are close to the edge of the map, you can use your invisibility and push them off to the death pit. And I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, I actually did it. I did it for giggles, alright? I just wanted revenge, okay? I'm not being a mean guardian. Blitz, that's mean. You can't do that, Blitz. That's cheating. But he had it coming. He had it coming, guys, alright? He was just so mean to my poor hunter. I mean, it wasn't that mean on my warlock. Out of my way. Goodbye, Arknight. I mean, isn't it fun? I mean, I even got points for it. I mean, Bungie is giving me points for me pushing off this Arknight. So that's the power of invisibility. Now this Acolyte was in the way. Out of my way. It fell down to the death pit as well. Isn't it just so fun? I don't think I did it again. I only did it once and then that's it. I did blind one of the Arknights. You just have to be super careful with the Acolytes. They throw fire and they can hurt your poor guardian. Just spam Wish Ender as much as you can. Out of my way. Get out of here. Gosh. So embarrassing. Acolytes just want to harass the hunter, yet it doesn't want to harass the Titan and Warlock. I don't understand. Why are they so mean to hunters? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm not a hunter main. Just to let everyone know. I don't really have a main. I go into moods of where I spam Titan, spam Warlock, or Hunter. Or which one is the easiest, I just go for that. If you guys notice, I did take down one of the wizards really quickly. The reason why is the first wizard that I used my super, it can actually smoke you at the cheese spot. So you must use your super at the first wizard. And once you do that, the second wizard actually backs away. Backs away and then you can just spam Wish Ender. So once we take down the last wizard, you can back away and then you can just spam linear fusion rifle. Just be aware that depending on the health of the boss, you will have a spawn of more adds. So just be super careful dealing with the Arknights and dealing with the wizard, because it's a possibility that the Arknights can hurt you with their Kai Blast. And that we're going to be dealing with the wizard. Like, Jesus Christ. Personal space, boss. Personal space. This is going to be the phase with the two last unstoppable champions and Arknights. Be aware that there is curse thralls that can hurt your guardian, especially on Hunter, because we don't really have a healing rift to heal ourselves unless we use Worm Husk, but no one's going to use Worm Husk. Why use that when we have Knucklehead Radar? So unstoppable champion, just spam your linear and then just turn invisible. And then just wait. Prepare your weapons and then just use it again. And then just precision shot, spam linear away. So that's basically what I did. And also make sure you hug the wall when using your smoke. If you are thinking doing the dunk smoke method, extremely dangerous when you're doing the cheese spots, so just be very careful. I didn't really do it because I was afraid I might go to the death pit, and I don't really want that to happen. The Arcanine was bugging me, by the way, so I did suppress it. And the reason why I suppress it is because I need to take down the last unstoppable champion. Sometimes there are moments where the Arcanine can mess you up, and you want to take down at least one of the champions so it'll be easier to deal with. So I highly recommend to use suppressing grenades to blind them, especially when you're trying to deal with unstoppable champions fast and efficient. You want to make sure you take them down. And if they are bothering you, then just throw your suppressing grenade. This curse throw was way too close. That's why I waited for the curse throw to just move away. You can see here that it did try to get close to me. That's why it's best to take down the unstoppable champion as quickly as possible. And now this Arcanine is being extremely bungy. It just doesn't want to be taken down. Curse thralls will now push a bit once you take down both of the champions. There will be acolytes, so just make sure you take down the snipers as well. They're always at the back of the map. And we are finally going to skip the last phase. So I'm going to skip the last phase, and to do that, clear all the ads. Once you clear all the ads, then you spam your linear and make sure you have your super. Use your linear when the boss is halfway of the health. When you hear the growl noise, that's when you use your super. So right now I'm using my linear, and then I'm going to use my super. I use my super, turn invisible, and then use my linear fusion rifle again. Then we finally defeated the boss. We skipped the third phase. And we got platinum. And I got a catalyst, which was awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.